project coconut and echo brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut and Echo Brick and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut, and Echo Brick, and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut, and Echo Brick, and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut, and Echo Brick, and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut, and Echo Brick, and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut, and Echo Brick, and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut, and Echo Brick, and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut, and Echo Brick, and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities by creating livelihoods like the innovators of Shell, LiveWIRE, Project Coconut, and Echo Brick, and others. So no one is left behind. So no one is left behind. Let's keep moving the Philippines forward. Let's work to keep supporting small businesses that do good, empowering communities.
Welcome to Shell LiveWIRE. Please observe these safety reminders. Before we start, here are some safety reminders to our online audience. Do not participate in this virtual event while driving, even when using a headset or hands-free phone. We always care for your safety. In case of emergency, be familiar with the sound of the fire alarm. If you're using a headset, make sure you can hear the emergency alarms. Know the location of the nearest fire alarm, extinguishers, emergency exits, and muster points. And lastly, know the location of the first aid kit and the first aider. Shell LiveWIRE will begin shortly. post on social media using the hashtag #ShellLiveWire2022.
It's time to bring out the strength in local economies, to empower entrepreneurs, to care for the environment, and to build communities. Cutting edge, well-intentioned, sustainable solutions. 3 tech startups who will bask in glory and become this year's champion. Shell LiveWire Philippines 2022. Powered by Filipina Shell Petroleum Corporation, Filipina Shell Foundation Incorporated, Ignite PH.
Please welcome your host, award-winning serial entrepreneur, multi-awarded host, and motivational speaker, Mr. RJ Ledesma.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We would like to welcome all of our guests joining us live over here at Fairmont Hotel and all our guests joining us virtually on Shell LiveWire. Again, a round of applause, please, to all of our guests helping us bring this vision of the future to reality. Now, for those joining us for the first time and want to learn what is Shell LiveWire all about, the Shell LiveWire Acceleration Program helps aspiring entrepreneurs like you and like me in scaling up their particular businesses even during difficult and competitive times, just like right now, by focusing on cutting-edge solutions and employment development. Shell LiveWire also acts as a stage for seasoned visionary entrepreneurs to share their creative concepts, make their businesses feasible and more appealing to investors. A lot of them were here right now, and easily scalable, ultimately enhancing the socio-economic prospects of their towns and of our nation as a whole. Under our Shell LiveWire program, the best of the best of the best from all over the country stood out. They went through months of intense training and coaching where seasoned entrepreneurs help them realize their vision as social entrepreneurs, community enterprises, and businesses that have a substantive social and environmental impact. Fuel your passion, transform lives, create the future, and together, let's bring the vision of the future to reality. That is Shell LiveWire. Again, a round of applause, please, to all our great friends from Shell LiveWire for making this truly a reality. And it's fantastic to be here together as we collaborate and bring together the best, the brightest, and most innovative minds here in the country. My name is RJ Ledesma, and let me tell you, I'm so happy to be standing here on a stage after 2.5 years of doing Shell LiveWire online. It's great to do this live. A round of applause one more time. And as we start off with our first hybrid competition and we see each other face to face, it's finally nice to see all the judges here. Si Sir Basta, I only see him online now. I see him live in front of me. And we're all dressed up not just on the top but on the bottom as well. Kasi hindi tayo naka-zoom. So do me a favor and take a good look at the person beside you, on the left side, on the right side, please, behind you. And in front of you, pakisabi na po, ang ganda nyo at ang gwapo ninyo. Thank you for joining us at Shell LiveWire. It's so nice to be here live for the first, what we call hybrid Shell LiveWire Final Pitch Competition. Now, for those right now who are here, we are live as well on Umbrella for the first day of Ignite 2022 Fusion. Can I ask a favor from all of you? You know, people like listening to the program. They like listening also as well to the comments, the insights that they're gaining. So please tag us online using these hashtags. The hashtag to use is Shell LiveWire 2022 and Ignite 2022 Fusion. Again, let me repeat that. That's Shell LiveWire 2022 and Ignite 2022 Fusion. So again, please tag us online to share more of what you've learned here today on Shell LiveWire. And with that, let us officially begin with our program with a message from none other than the Shell Regional Social Performance Manager. Please welcome Miss Maria Divina De Leon. Please welcome Miss Daday.
Very lively event. I'm so honored to be here. And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daday De Leon, and I'm a member and a representative of the Shell Global Social Performance. It's based here in the Netherlands. And I would like to say that this is very significant because I'm also an entrepreneur. I started my business in April in the Netherlands. So I have this passion for entrepreneurship. And I am delighted to be a part of this exciting event. Let me tell you something about Shell LiveWire. It is the flagship enterprise development program of Global Shell, and the vision is to strengthen local economies by promoting entrepreneurship and meaningful employment. In Shell, we do believe that if we want to prosper as a business in Shell, we've got to make sure that local economies also prosper. So nobody should be left behind. So what makes it really significant this year is that we are celebrating the 40 years of Shell LiveWire. A little bit of a story about this program. Shell LiveWire started 40 years ago in 1982. At the time, 1 in 8 people were out of work in the United Kingdom. And Shell responded by launching LiveWire in Scotland with the aim of addressing growing levels of youth unemployment through entrepreneurship. The usual path for many of the youth is to go for employment. But sometimes we forget that there's power in entrepreneurship. So from its small beginnings in Scotland, the LiveWire program has now expanded to 20 countries across the globe, in Asia, in Middle East and North Africa, in Europe, in Africa, and in Latin America. And the program is delivered in 10 languages. But here in the Philippines, it's quite unique. We have always been experiencing success over success over success. We're very fortunate to have the Shell LiveWire Philippines very impactfully implemented here since 2020. So in each of the country, Shell LiveWire has the same objective of powering lives through entrepreneurship and job creation. You start one business, you employ yourself, and then later on, you employ another person. From people with ideas to growing businesses, we equip entrepreneurs with the right skills for success. In 2020 alone, Shell LiveWire trained more than 3,600 people around the world and helped to create more than 2,270 jobs. The program supported around 670 existing businesses and helped to create around 125 new businesses. This may probably look small in number, but if you look at the courage behind all of those individuals who threaded this uncertainty to start a business, this is really quite huge. 19 LiveWire-supported businesses were entering our supply chain. They are part of our contracts and supply process. So that is also something. As some of you may know, each year we also organize the Shell LiveWire Top 10 Innovators. This is the global competition for all Shell LiveWire participants and alumni. If you have been a part of LiveWire and you would like to be part of the top of the top or the creme of the creme of the creme, you will then be a part of the top 10 innovators. This year, we have 3 award categories in social impact, environmental sustainability, and business innovation. And we have been amazed with the quality of the applications received from the Philippines. We are truly a country of entrepreneurs. 4 of them made it to our global 21 shortlisted applicants out of 195 applications received. So you can actually go to our Shell LiveWIRE website and cast your vote before 28th of October. And mind you, no other country was able to send that many entrepreneurs to the 21 finalists. So for today, to the 3 startups competing today, I wish you all the best of luck and blessings. I look forward to hearing your pitches. I have been really impressed looking at your profiles. I've read most of them. And I'm looking forward to getting to meet everyone I have done earlier before this, to really know what it means to strengthen local prosperity and powering lives. This is a great energy in the room that I can feel it. But just before I close, I have started my business in the Netherlands, really conquering the traditional palate and taste of the Dutch people by introducing our own turon, introducing our own local delicacies. I would say it starts with creativity. And I celebrate today creativity. For the many innovations that I've heard from the people that I have met at the booth, that creativity is fired up in your belly, and that is really great. I'd like to celebrate today courage. It takes courage to start a business. It takes courage to put up that capital. It takes courage to put whatever it is that you have in your drawing board, in your ideas, and making it to a product. It takes courage to offer it. It takes courage to have the courage to say you have to pay for this product because we deserve that profit. And lastly, it takes commitment, because it's not always an easy world, because there will always be competition. But at the end of the day, if you're up for a startup, then you are up. So God bless everyone.
And Ms. Daday, God bless you as well, and good luck also with your Turon business out of the Netherlands. And again, some key takeaways if you were listening carefully to her speech, which I just want to highlight, is the idea that all our entrepreneurs bring to the fore their creativity and their courage. And the great thing about Filipino entrepreneurs, you know, when we look at our country and we see a lot of problems, there's a different way that entrepreneurs look at problems. They don't see them as problems, but they see them as opportunities to begin new businesses. And that's exactly what we see from all of our entrepreneurs, both our tech startups and our community enterprises at the same time. So let's give them an advanced round of applause, please, for really championing Filipino entrepreneurship and for Shell LiveWIRE for bringing it to the forefront. And with that, I am now ready to introduce our very hardworking and distinguished panel of judges for our pitch competition. Please welcome our first judge, Filipino Shell Foundation Executive Director, Sebastian Quiñones Jr. We have our second judge from Filipino Shell Petroleum Corporation's Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Ray Abilo. Yan, importante si Mr. Ray, CFO yan. Yan, manggagaling yung ating gift check mamayang hapon na to. Our third judge is from the Department of Information and Communications Technology. Please welcome from the DICT Director, Emmy Lou Delfin. And our friends from the startup community, please welcome our fourth judge, a founding partner of Core Capital, my good friend, the very hardworking Mr. Carlo Delantar. And rounding out our panel here this afternoon, please welcome for the Senior Associate at Open Space Ventures, Mr. Juancho Jimenez. Again, thank you to our 5 judges. You have a daunting task ahead of you. We also have our auditor today from the lead consultant for advisory services of Punong Bayan and Aurelio, Miss Divine Delgado. Miss Divine, good luck as well. Thank you so much for keeping track of today's judging. We've got a truly great set of judges, and we also have a truly great set of judging criteria at the same time. For our criteria, we have feasibility and viability for 30%, sustainability for 30%, linked to Shell's supply chain 20%, and finally, local content, which includes things like job creation for 20%, for a total of 100%. Now, I'm sure we are all very excited at this point to hear the pitches from three incredible tech startups who worked very hard to stand on the stage here today. To kick things off, please welcome our first tech startup for Shell LiveWIRE 2022. Please welcome Bambuhay. Let's watch this.
Ni mga lambulo, inakakitaan hakihan aggaw 130 pesos. Ni haya, inaklaw ka mangalan bambu buhay, inakaw kitan 600 per day.
Poverty, plastic pollution, and deforestation. The weight of these global problems may be crippling to some. The people at Bambuhay believe that we hold the power to turn things around. As a green tech social enterprise, Bambuhay works towards a circular economy that not only inspires innovation and improves the quality of lives of their stakeholders, but also protects and conserves the environment. They work with bamboo farmers from indigenous communities and provide them with sustainable livelihood, while also helping them get access to health and social benefits, financial education, and more.
Natutuwa rin kami para mabawasan yung mga kagaya ng mga strong plastic, maraming kalat-galat din sa paligid.
The time is right to close the loop. The time is right for Bambuhay.
Bringing sustainable solutions, Bambuhay. And here with us today is the founder of Bambuhay, Mark Sultan Hersava. Mark, please begin with your presentation.
I am Mark Sultan from Bambuhay. With the worsening climate change and deforestation and plastic pollution, one of the contributors are the 16 billion pieces of plastic toothbrushes thrown annually in the world. 86% of Filipino and 79% global consumers are willing to shift to environmentally friendly products who have strong commitment to positive social and environmental impact. But alternatives are expensive and limited supply of eco-friendly products such as the eco-friendly toothbrush. Bambuhay, a green tech social enterprise focused in circular economy that innovate and manufacture products that cause no harm, use business to implement solution to plastic pollution, deforestation, and climate change and poverty using bamboo and technology. Why bamboo? But it captures more carbon dioxide than any other plants. The best plant to mitigate the effect of climate change. It is renewable. It is the best substitute for plastics and plant only once and harvest for life. Our flagship innovation is the first plantable bamboo toothbrush in the world that can be grown into a tree after use that is affordable, produced naturally, in ethical way, and produced in the Philippines.
Gumawa ng panibagong produkto na yari pa rin sa kawayan, ang tinatawag niyang plantable toothbrush.
Ang pinakalayunin namin sa plantable bamboo toothbrush ay para solusyonan ang plastic pollution at mawala na yung mga landfills natin at yung mga basura natin ay magkakaroon ng buhay.
Ang bawat toothbrush, tinatamnan ng buto ng nara, akasya, bayabas o kalamansi.
Hindi na rin kinukulayan ng mismong sipilyo. Ang pwedeng gamiting palatandaan ang mga larawan ng endangered species na nakaukit dito, gaya ng panda, turtle, deer, dolphin, seabird, at shark.
The bristles and packaging can be used as a fertilizer together with the bamboo handle.
The small bamboo poles develop into bamboo straw, the leaves into bamboo tea and flavoring, and the waste byproducts into bamboo-activated carbon. Toothbrush world market value at $6.9 billion and Philippines at $250 million, and we are targeting to obtain 5% of market share by 2030. Our business model is B2B, subscription and export. Our current customers include some of the big brands and corporations in the Philippines. For our zero-waste plantable bamboo toothbrush digital subscription model, including PayPal and Megawide. In this model, personnel subscribe, use, return the used plantable toothbrush, plant in our regenerative reforestation site through their CSR community immersion. Our go-to-market plan using impact storytelling as the heart of Bambuhay, promotion to make emotional connection with the customers, corporate partnership through subscription, CSR implementation, and community immersion. The 300,000 Shell LiveWIRE grants and incubation learnings from the past 3 months help increase our online reach by 188% and sales by 50%. How much more? With the 500,000 grant, this will help us accelerate this holiday season to uplift more marginalized and indigenous people out of poverty and increase more impact to our environment. We are now raising 15 million pesos to purchase additional equipment for mass production, automation, certification for export, and accreditation of the carbon credit business model for us to reach our 2022 sales target at 21 million pesos and 5-year sales target at 181 million pesos. We are now in negotiation with 12 international clients and 70 local distributors. Bambuhay founded with a capital of 10,000 pesos, but as of today, we generate a sales revenue of 26 million pesos, uplift 68 families out of poverty, eliminated more than 1,100 tons of plastics. Think about this. Our technological innovation doesn't only help the environment, but also provides sustainable green jobs and livelihood to marginalized community. Bambuhay team is a multi-awarded entrepreneurs with more than 30 years combined experience in entrepreneurship, innovation, and community development, collaborating in building an inclusive business towards a greener future. We already started supply Shell with our plantable toothbrush for the Sustainability Summit, and in final negotiation stage with Shell Select to launch the products in different Shell Select stores globally. The founder awarded as the 2022 Entrepreneur of the Year.
Again, thank you so much. A round of applause, please, Mark Hersava. And wow, the plantable toothbrush, very interesting and innovative concept indeed. Let's begin with our Q&A with the judges. Who would like to fire off the first question, Shell LiveWIRE 2022? Director Emmy Ludel Film. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Gersawa. First of all, congratulations for making it to the top 3 winners. No? And you have a very impactful, very successful venture. One of my questions is that, of course, you're going to scale this up, right? Yes. And aside from doing it here in the country, meaning the plan is to go global, right? But here in the Philippines, so it means that you'll have, if you scale it up, meaning you need more bamboos.
Yes.
How are you going to sustain the supply of bamboo if more products will be actually ordered?
Okay, so what we are doing, we partner with the different indigenous people community, and they have huge land. And what we are doing, we have what we call the regenerative reforest action. So in every hectare of land, we plant 400 native trees and 200 bamboos, because we've been growing trees since 1905 and planting a lot of trees, but look at now, we are still depleting. It's because the community don't have the sustainable livelihood. The bamboo will serve as a sustainable livelihood of the community in order for the trees will thrive, so that we can achieve the what we call the regenerative reforest action model. And also, while we are growing bamboos, we are planting vegetables in order to increase the income of the communities. And we have also already models around 712 hectares of this regenerative reforest action, that the biodiversity ay hindi siya nasisira, but instead it really provides the balance, because we don't want that the Philippines is lahat-lahat na lang ay mga kawayan. So we want to balance it.
Thank you so much. Another question, please, from the judges. Mr. Juancho Jimenez from Open Space.
Yeah. Hi, and congrats on going through the program, and really good pitch. So I guess the impact of the product is quite clear, so I'm going to ask a question on the business side of things. First of all, what's the price difference between your product and a regular toothbrush, both in terms of price and in terms of cost? And given the current economic environment where consumers are being more price sensitive, what makes you confident that businesses and consumers will prioritize this over the other alternatives in the market, which I assume are cheaper?
Yeah, and this is the good news. Our plantable toothbrush is 20 to 30% cheaper than the regular toothbrush in the market. Yes, it can be accessible, but currently the baseline is basically the toothbrush that costs around 100 to 165. So our competitor is around 135 to 165 price. Our price is below 120 pesos.
Thank you so much. That was the last question for Mr. Hart. Congratulations again. Round of applause, please, our good friends from Bambuhay. Really great way to start off with our competition, the plantable toothbrush from our friends from Bambuhay. Thank you so much, Mark. Now, moving on to our second tech startup, we have Pieza PH. Let's watch this.
And so we realized that it's crucial for us to create a two-sided platform dedicated to serving both automotive retail businesses and car owners. And what Pieza wants is to change the world of automotive retail industry by offering a technology where we will be able to bridge the huge gap between these two markets.
In today's world, everyone has to innovate to avoid getting left behind. Janeka's parents have been in the automotive retail industry for 30 years now, and she saw how running a physical store can be challenging, especially at a time when everyone is online. This has also been the experience of many people in the business of selling car parts, especially during the pandemic. She realized that there's a need to create a digital marketplace where both business owners and customers can have a convenient and seamless e-commerce experience. This was how Pieza was born.
We can say that we've made it as a brand when every car owners in the Philippines are using Pieza app for their car parts and car care needs.
Through excellent, meaningful, and sustainable service, Pieza hopes to one day revolutionize the automotive industry where everyone can find whatever they need when they need it.
And thank you so much, Pieza PH. We have now Janeka San Pascual, the CEO of Pieza, to present their pitch. Janeka, welcome to Shell LiveWire.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Hi, I'm Jonica, the CEO of Pieza, and just to give you a brief story about Pieza, my family is in the automotive retail industry for 30 years, and during the pandemic, I saw the struggle in the business. Lesser and lesser people are visiting our stores, and I got worried. This happens not only during pandemic, but whenever there's a calamity and whenever people can't go outside. And so I've thought of a way to help my parents. I decided to put my digital marketing expertise into good use. I started helping them sell online and I saw their sales double. Now with this experience, I saw the problem in this industry. The main reason why these automotive retail owners have challenges or hesitant to digitize their business is because most of these stores consist of more than 50,000 SKUs. And for them, it's just too much of a hassle, hiring a manpower to upload products for them with automotive parts experience. And we all know here that the automotive industry is really huge. And yet, it's one of the most underdeveloped and underserved in terms of technology and innovation. And it's having a hard time keeping up with the demands of the market. Car owners like Baldo, who has a car that is 60,000, that has reached more than 60,000 mileage, finds it difficult to go shop to shop and find parts at a reasonable price. And that's why what we want is to offer a solution that will bridge the gap between the automotive retail owners and car owners, and at the same time, promote and democratize a genderless platform where we can serve not just Baldos, but also Marias. And also promote a decent work capacity to earn better. At the same time, also provide a clean energy and sustainable transportation by promoting a purchase of spare parts instead of buying new cars. And that's why we bring you Pieza. Pieza is both web and mobile app where motorists and automotive retail owners can have easy access to car parts and services. And we make customers feel comfortable by offering a one-stop shop for their part needs. And we also make them feel special by providing personalized shopping experience, a feature designed for their specific car brand and car model. And we make them feel safe through our integration with service center partners. They will easily locate service center nearest to them for car repairs and installation. And so what we aim is to bring and provide a seamless car or automotive experience to our market by bringing in the world of auto parts into one platform. And our web app is connected to our big e-commerce channels, resulting to multiple storefronts for our vendors. At the same time, we have our web app fully operational, and we plan to launch our mobile app by December of 2022. And here's our Zero to Hero campaign proposal to Shell, bringing in a hero in every Filipino motorist. First is we aim to be Shell products, Shell's supplier in terms of lubricants, oil, and car care, bringing in more sales from our nationwide sales. Also, we invite Shell to be our key partners in terms of service center integration. And for every change oil service booked through our app, we will refer Shell Oil exclusively at zero cost. And Pieza has its own unique features that makes it stand out among its competitors. And there is 50,000 automotive retail owners waiting to be disrupted. And we ask for 10 to 30% commission for every purchased products. And currently, we have accumulated $101,000. And we've partnered up with 70 locations, as well as we have 10,000 SKUs across all our channels. Our plan by 2024 is to generate about $1 million, expand to Southeast, and partner to over 1,000 vendor partners. And this is our team. As the CEO, I have years of actual experience running automotive stores and years of experience as digital marketing strategist. Our co-founder, Olivia and Julius, has their own experience in terms of fintech, marketing, as well as programming and web and development agencies. We ask for $100,000 USD in a form of a post-money save. And I invite you to join us as we reimagine the auto industry's future today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janeca and Pieza PH. Again, set up in the midst of the pandemic. Truly incredible idea over here from Janessa and her team. Let's start off with this round of questions over here. Our friends from Shell. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Ray.
Yes, thank you, RJ. Janeca, thank you very much for the great presentation.
Hi, sir.
Probably I'd like to ask, what is the process of accrediting the suppliers that you currently have? How many do you currently possess? And how do you make sure that those suppliers are of good quality and worthy of being part of Pieza?
Good question, Sir Ray. I think one thing that makes us also stand out among all other marketplaces is we make sure that we authenticate the suppliers that we onboard. We ask for their legalities, documents, business registration, and permits to also make sure that we provide quality products to our consumers. And also at the same time, we have onboarding process to make sure that everything is processed in an organized manner.
Thank you so much. Sir Baste, to continue for Shell.
You mentioned already that you're throughout the Philippines na?
Yes. In Luzon currently.
In Luzon?
Yes.
Okay. In terms of making sure that, because if you're that far already within the area, somebody in, for example, Bicol might start to order something from Metro Manila and the like. How is the logistics flow that's happening now? Or do you already have a process where an order can actually go from A to B in a cost-effective way?
Yes. Actually, we have our logistics partners that serves to our consumers nationwide. And like what I said, we are also connected to big e-commerce channels that help our products reach nationwide users. And as of now, since we're catering to Luzon, we have three fulfillment centers in Navotas, Antipolo, and as well as Ortigas. So as of now, that's our logistics process.
Thanks so much. And last question from the judges. Any questions? And if there are no other questions, thank you so much. A round of applause, please, for Pieza PH. And last but definitely not the least, to present their innovative tech startup ideas, please welcome Suds Sustainable Pods. Let's watch this.
Here in the Philippines, diba, we're a sachet economy. So that's really our goal, to help lessen that.
What if we could give the planet a bit more love as naturally as soap makes suds? According to a 2021 report, the Philippines is the third largest pollutant in the world, and packaging accounts for 53% of the waste that goes to our landfills. The Suds team wants to change that by providing a diverse line of everyday cleaning essential pods packaged as concentrated single-drop refills in water-soluble film that's biodegradable, non-toxic, and waste-free. Wouldn't it be nice if we could keep our country, and ultimately the world, as clean and guilt-free as our households?
The faster we can scale suds, the more Filipino family households we can encourage to shift to the refill and reuse model. And then the more plastic bottles and sachets we can all help avoid, which goes back to why we built suds in the first place.
19.5 tons of plastic packaging waste. That's how much waste Suds has prevented from reaching our landfills and oceans over the last 2 years. Here's to growing that number more.
A new wave of cleaning from Suds. With that, you're joined by the co-founder of Suds Sustainable Pods. Please welcome Ms. Jean Magboo Yuzon. Jean, the floor is yours.
Thank you, RJ. Hi, everyone. I'm Jean Yuzon, and I'm the co-founder of Suds Sustainable Pods. And I'm here to ask you the question, how many household cleaning and personal care products packaged in bottles or sachets do you have at home? And what happens when you're done using them? This was the same question we asked ourselves upon realizing just how much plastic packaging we buy and throw away regularly. And while we can't recycle everything, we can think of ways to reduce and reuse first. And this served as our inspiration when we launched Suds. We launched in June 2020 to help address the plastic packaging problem brought by the high demand of cleaning products during the pandemic, and even until now, when hygiene is still a priority for many. These bulky products are actually diluted with 90% water, generating more carbon emissions when manufactured and transported. But this is actually overlooked because we want products that are effective, convenient, and affordable. Suds offers concentrated cleaning pods that easily dissolve when mixed with water. It's 60% more compact and retails for up to 10 times less than commercial counterparts per pod. So using the pods is very easy, that kids can also do it. Just remember these 4 easy steps. Drop, dissolve, shake, clean. Drop 1 pod into a bottle container with water. Wait for the film to dissolve. Shake to mix the water and the liquid concentrate and start cleaning. The water-soluble film is called polyvinyl alcohol. It's a synthetic polymer that's biodegradable and non-toxic, which is also being used in cosmetics and medicine. In the category we're in, we're looking at 162 billion total available market, of which 4.7 billion is our obtainable market. Market adoption is on the rise, as seen on how we're now more interested to try alternatives, from how we purchase online to offline refill stores. And for us, in just 2 years in the market, we've actually garnered more than 8,000 5-star product reviews and over 9 million pesos in revenue. We also understand that there are a lot of available cleaners in the market. But what sets Suds apart from our competitors is that Suds is both affordable and sustainable. For instance, a 650 ml cleaner from our competitor costs around 299 pesos versus our 500 ml all-purpose cleaner refill pod that only costs 20 pesos. So ours have also been tested to kill common household germs. And again, there's no guilt of having to buy another plastic bottle or refill sachet pack. This is our current product line. So we're FDA certified and we're third-party lab tested. All our products are available online through e-commerce and offline through our reseller partners. Most of our revenue comes from our e-commerce channels and also B2B because we started that early this year. We're able to cater to customers nationwide, majority of which come from Metro Manila. So we're just getting started, but we're very proud of what we have achieved so far. Growing revenue, strong word of mouth, we're able to provide an extra income for our reseller partners, and more importantly, our community has cumulatively saved more than 800,000 plastic bottles and sachets from reaching our landfills and oceans. As we continue to move towards a circular economy, these are the growth pillars that we're looking at to scale. Product development, marketing, distribution, partnerships, and local manufacturing. Of course, our operations are anchored on these sustainable development goals. During the course of this acceleration program, we're also given the opportunity to propose pilot programs for Shell, and these are the 4 that we came up with. So we have our Shell Select Refill Hubs, which is a direct selling of our products in Shell Select stores. We have the Shell Zero Waste Hygiene, which is a standardization of hand wash products and all-purpose cleaner products in Shell restrooms and offices. This is actually ongoing, and we're in the process of getting accreditation as a supplier. The next 2 programs are in partnership with PSFI, our hand washing program, and also our relief aid assistance program, wherein we can be included in care kits to be given to calamity-stricken communities. Of course, this is also something that we can customize for other B2B partners. We have a lean team right now. So I have my husband also and my co-founder, Dino Yuzon, who looks after our sales, partnerships, and product development. His background is in helping to scale tech companies that are in different growth stages like Agoda and OLX. Meanwhile, my background is also in tech as a startup member that grew sulit.com.ph. I handle our branding and marketing. We also have our first hire, Elaine, who handles our operations, packing, and inventory management. So we're all faced with our greatest challenge and greatest opportunity at the same time. At Suds, we're very amazed at how our collective act of switching to refillables continues to help our environment, one refill pod at a time. Thousands have already nipped plastic packaging waste in the bud with pods. Now it's your turn to switch to Suds. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much, Jean. Husband and wife team, I commiserate and sympathize with you at the same time. So with that, let's go on with our question and answer from our judges. Let's begin with our first judge who would like to throw the question, Mr. Carlo Delantar of Core Capital.
Hello. Hi, good
Hi,
afternoon.
Carlo. Nice to finally meet you here.
Good to see you. So my question here is, right now you're a direct-to-consumer
Yes.
brand, right?
That's right.
There's a bigger category for lifetime value for laundry.
Yes.
From your slide, you mentioned laundry before local manufacturing, but you want to increase your impact within the reseller ecosystem. So my question is, why can't you start with local manufacturing first before you go to laundry?
Yeah, so thank you for that question, Carlos. So actually, with local manufacturing, that's the ultimate goal that we want because we want to lower down costs and of course, ultimately provide local jobs. But the thing is, if we bring in local manufacturing, it's really gonna cost us more money. And admittedly, we're still a startup. We're very young. We're only 2 years in the market. So right now, we're helping promote our products first through online selling and our reseller partners. With that, hopefully when we get the scale that we need, that's the time that we will expand. Because I think the machine now for at least bringing in the machine that can create the PVA and the sealant, it costs around 25 to 30 million. So it's really heavy for us right now.
Got that. Next question. Mr. Ray, I can see the numbers in your head.
No, yeah, thank you, RJ. I think looking at the product itself, it looks quite sensitive. So I'd like to ask about product handling. Is it vulnerable to, let's say, quality issues during the logistics of the products from the location to, let's say, the stores, etc.?
So right now, since we're operating direct to consumer, most of our orders are coming online, and how we deliver these products through the logistics that our e-commerce channels have. So right now, there are isolated cases wherein these pods pop. Whenever it gets moisture or a bit of water, that's where it has a possibility to burst. But that's where we address it through the packaging that we have. So when in the deck that I showed, we have boxes, and then it's also packaged in corrugated boxes. So we're very also conscious of the packaging that we have. So we have the corrugated box to protect the box wherein the pods are inside. So yeah, so that's how we handle the packaging and the transportation.
Thanks so much, Mr. Ray. And our final question from our judges as we wrap up this round. Any more questions coming in? Or intensely judging already? Mr. Wancho, you have any question, sir?
Yeah. So I think it was an interesting product. My question is quite similar to Carlo in a sense, where I think what stood out to me was that it's operating in a very small market size. So again, from an investment point of view, I am curious about what the plan is in terms of what you're going to do with the investment in order to scale, and how to expand that total market size eventually in the future.
Yeah, so thank you for that question, Sir Wancho. Right now, our focus, out of the 5 pillars that I showed a while ago, the primary focus right now is really the product development and expanding our product line. So once we get the traction that we need, and we get enough fuel to be able to fund the equipment, and also that's how we see it, as a step-by-step basis. So once we get the traction that we need and the funding that we need through the sales, right now we have like angel investors coming in. We have a friends and family round, so that's our fuel right now. So that's being also the money that we got from the Shell LiveWIRE program was funded our inventory. So it really goes to the product development. So once we get the traction for that, that's when we will scale and then eventually go to local manufacturing.
And again, thank you so much. A round of applause, please, to our good friends over here on stage. Of course, and congratulations to all our 3 finalists. Palakpakan, please, for Bambuhay, for Pieza PH, and of course for such sustainable competition, such sustainable pods. At this stage, I'm sure I'm looking at the judges right now. It's going to be quite a challenging time as you go to the judging rooms to discern who should be the winner of our Shell LiveWIRE for 2022. Now, meanwhile, we'll give our judges a chance to step outside, and as they step outside to make their deliberations, I invite everybody again, please, if you can, please upload online, hashtag us. Again, can we show the hashtag on screen if you can? That's Shell LiveWIRE 2022. And the second hashtag is Ignite 2022 Fusion. If you've learned a lot from the startups here today, please share them so that they can also help market their products to the people watching us live online. Now that you've learned about our top 3 tech startups, it's time to meet the Shell LiveWIRE top 6 community enterprises. These enterprises take great pride in how their goods and services help the Philippines become more economically viable in the long run. Let's learn more about these companies and the ways that they are changing the world. The goals of each company will be discussed in turn, along with the history and the secret origin of their products and how they are significantly advancing the development of our country. They will also discuss their business principles and how they work to improve the communities in which they operate. After each of their presentations, we will have 3 community entrepreneurs who will receive a cash grant of 100,000 pesos from Shell LiveWIRE. So palakpakan naman. Thanks so much to our good friends from Shell LiveWIRE. And this money will go to assist them in launching and scaling up their operations. I'm sure right now you're all curious to learn more about these ecologically friendly companies. Let's listen to our first batch of community enterprises and learn about their stories. Please watch this.
We tag ourselves as the modern-day mangangalakal that advocates proper segregation and responsible disposal at the source.
According to a 2019 report, only 9% of the Philippines' plastic waste gets recycled, and the rest ends up in our landfills and seas. But what if we could actually dispose of our junk properly, promptly, and profitably? This is the inspiration behind one startup's Trashvocacy, which eventually became Republic Junk, ang trash-to-cash partner ng bayan. To solve a problem, Republic Junk believes that one has to go back to the source, and so they empower individuals, corporations, and communities to responsibly discard their trash, turn it into cash, and observe a culture of circularity.
I was thinking impact. Doon ko po nalaman nga kung gusto mong magbigay ng impact sa community, dapat sustainable ka as a business.
The waste problem is massive, but with Republic Junk, communities will be able to find sustainability in circularity, one step at a time.
Create small miniature recycled materials. It says about the culture of Palawan and also in the Philippines, but somehow it reflects being resourceful.
Times are hard, especially during the pandemic, and we could all use some extra cash and art in our lives. JC was drinking from a can when the idea of making art from tin cans struck him. Creating mini motorcycles, jeepneys, tricycles, and other art pieces that showcase Filipino culture and tradition has not only allowed him to earn more for his family, it has also given him pride and joy knowing that he is inspiring people to reuse, recycle, and upcycle in the process.
Moto in Can and Shell LiveWIRE are aligned in environmental concern, providing eco-friendly and sustainable livelihood for the community.
Small in size, but big in inspiration, Moto in Can is a testament that sometimes all we need is a little imagination and a few empty cans.
We all know that having excessive water lily have a lot of negative effects in the environment. So we think of a way on how we could reduce water lilies in our area and how we could help the environment as well.
Water lilies can pose a problem in communities when they grow too thickly and spread across rivers, causing the water to stagnate and become a breeding ground for mosquitoes. Thankfully, the Better Pililla team found a way to weave a solution and an opportunity out of this. Better Pililla Women's Multipurpose Cooperative is a group of housewives, mothers, and artisans who found their calling in creating quality handicrafts made of water lilies. They take inspiration from the Pililianos, who are naturally skilled at weaving as they work with their hearts and hands to reduce the negative impact of water lilies in the environment, all while using them as a way to earn for their families.
Huwag kang mahihiyang ilabas ang talent mo kasi doon sa talent na ilalabas mo, doon ka mag-grow.
Indeed, there are opportunities everywhere if you know where to look.
And welcome our first set of community enterprises. Palakpakan naman po for Republic Junk, Moto in Can, and Pililla Handicrafts. As an entrepreneur, I'm truly inspired because again, we go back always to the idea of what problem are you trying to solve? And we, sometimes the bigger the problem, the better the solution. And that's what's coming out with each one of you. So let's start off with Hope Carino. Talagang magandang pangalan, Hope talaga, Hope for the community, for Republic Junk. I want to ask you, first of all, Hope, how has being part of Shell LiveWIRE really helped you improve, I guess, the way that you do business?
Yes, during the Shell LiveWire sessions, I have reflected that for sustainability to thrive in the new normal, it doesn't have to be either or, because it can embrace both profit and impact.
Wow. Can you give us an example, if you don't mind, in your own product? How were you able to marry both?
Yes. So what we do is that we buy recyclable waste at the doorstep of our community. So even though there is a recyclable waste diversion happening, at the same time, the community is also earning, and also on my part, I resell it to my partner junk shops also for a profit.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Hope Carino, coming from Republic. Round of applause, please. So, simple solutions, simple but very powerful solutions. Ito naman si JC Enon, di ba, from Moto Incan. JC, I want to find out, ikaw naman, what were your key insights? Ang ganda namin, maraming magaganda from Shell LiveWire. I'm sure na natutunan mo, di ba? But for you, what is the greatest impact that you got from all the sessions that has made a great change in your business?
Yung natutunan ko po talaga sa Shell LiveWire is to identify and to decide fast. Like, there are 3 steps lang pala. First, you should identify the problem. Second is identify the solution. And then, you come up with a conclusion. It's about learning.
Ayan. So para sa'yo, paano bumago yung takbo ng negosyo mo na nung natutunan mo yan? Anong bumilis? Anong lumaki dahil dyan?
Like, in marketing part po, mas bumilis. And sa financial po, mas bumilis.
Yan yung pinaka-importante, marketing and finance. Diyan po nanggagaling yung pera at nakikilala naman tao yung produkto ninyo. Maraming salamat ulit sa inyo. And of course, lastly, Miss Adelia Maderal of Water Lily Weaving or Pedilla Handicrafts. O, kagaya na sinabi kanina ng dalawa, di ba, maraming magagandang session dyan sa ating Shell LiveWire. Pero para sa'yo, anong pinaka-impactful sa'yo sa mga session nila?
Yung first, yung business model canvas.
Ah.
So yun yung naging pattern namin para yung business namin magkaroon. Since ang aming business, Pilili Handicrafts, only started this year. So yun, actually, dun sa natutunan namin, nagkaroon na kami ng key partner like Dole. So nag-grant na po sa amin ng $500,000.
Wow!
And then partner also kami ng DTI, also Autopreneur. So maglo-launch na po kami ng product design na na-aprobahan po nila this October 12. So doon po, and LGU gave us also the yung handicraft shop.
Wow, very
so,
good.
may po-promote na po namin yung products namin.
So yung kaganda ng Shell LiveWire, hindi lang yung natutunan mo, kundi yung mga partnerships na nakuha mo as a result of participating sa Shell LiveWire.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, sa mga hindi pa kasi maraming nanonood dito ngayon, yung business model canvas, di ba?
Yes.
Ang ibig sabihin business model, kung paano kumikita ng pera yung negosyo ninyo. Ano pong kaibahan nung bago kayo pumasok at nung pumasok kayo, paano nyo iniba yung business model ninyo?
Yes. Nung una, kanya-kanya lang kami eh. So, kung ano yung nasa isip namin, ginagawa. So, ngayon, meron na kaming guide para po yung product namin mas ma-improve, ma-innovate po yung product namin. So, pamamagitan po nitong, lalo na yung mga natutunan ko dito sa Shell LiveWire, sobrang marami po kaming na-contribute sa aming grupo.
Ayan, maraming salamat. Palakpakan po ulit sa lahat ng ating mga cash grant awardees ng Shell LiveWire. It's now time to award them with a cash grant of 100,000 pesos each to help jumpstart their businesses. And to present the grant, we have joining us here on stage our friends from Shell, Pilipinas Shell Foundation Program Director TJ Laurel. Please join me here on stage. Together with Mr. TJ, we also have Shell Regional Social Performance Manager, Ms. Divina Daday De Leon. I'm sure Ms. Daday is very proud of them as well. Fellow entrepreneurs here on stage. And finally, we have joining us Pilipinas Shell Petroleum Corporation Vice President for External and Government Relations, Serge Bernal, joining us here also on stage. And can we bring on stage our 3 checks? Hindi ko alam kung pwede ma-encash to ko kaagad. Pwede na ba? Ganyan kalaki? Pwede na pala. Yan yung okay dito pala sa Shell eh. Oo. Ayan. O habang inaakyat ng cheque, baka Miss Dati, baka may konti kang gustong sabihin sa inyong kapong entrepreneur dito ngayon. But I'm sure you were listening to their products. What would you like to say to them?
Sa akin, based on my experience, it's really
listen to the pulse of the buyers. Kasi sometimes we're so stick in our own design, but we just realize that they actually have a different taste. And be willing to change.
Ayan. So, listen to your buyers and be willing to change. So, first picture muna, our first picture for Republic Junk. Ay, if you don't mind, pasensya na po. May check rin kayo makukuha. So, okay lang yan po. Thank you so much. Again, congratulations, Republic Junk. Our first cash grant awardee of 100,000 pesos. And next one, we also have our good friends from Moto in Can. Congratulations, Moto in Can, our second cash grant awardee, 100,000 pesos. Thank you so much, Moto and Can. And rounding out our third cash grant awardee, mga kaibigan natin mula sa Pililia Handicrafts. And congratulations. And can we call back on stage our two other cash grant awardees for a group photo? And again, congratulations, Republic Junk, Moto in Can, and Pililia. And with that, we still have 3 more community enterprises who have been given the same cash grant. Let's find out more about their stories. Please watch this.
Bamboo plants are fast-growing crop can capture carbon, an important commodity to help mitigate climate change.
There's a saying that goes, be like bamboo. The higher you grow, the deeper you bow. The Bambusa team couldn't agree more. Bambusa stands for Bamboo Bioresource Utilization for Sustainable Applications. They're a pool of experts, researchers, and artisans in Cagayan de Oro City with a shared passion for bamboo and its many uses. They work together to provide efficient marketing channels among farmers, processors, businesses, and bamboo end users throughout the process of transforming bamboo into usable products. Through the sustainable production of eco-friendly materials, bamboo plantation, and waste utilization, they seek to help lessen the impact of climate change, all while empowering bamboo farmers, women, and persons with disability.
For every product you buy, you help improve our local bamboo industry, help farmers augment their income, and help mitigate climate change at the global level.
Bending but never breaking. Bambusa.
Yung vision na masaya, mapayapa, maunlad, ma-empower na magsasaka, yun talaga po yung yun talaga pinagsasumikapan ng GPAC na makamtan.
Golden Parauma Agriculture Cooperative is a group of farmers, producers, and agricultural stakeholders committed to empowering farming families, the youth, and women while advocating for organic agriculture. Golden Parauma believes in the importance of nurturing our bodies with healthy and nutritious produce, just as how it's crucial that we look out for our farmers and stakeholders. When you support their micro-cooperative, you also take care of the environment, the farmers, and their families. and in turn, allow them to return the favor by providing you and your loved ones with organic local produce.
Golden Parawa Agriculture Cooperative promote organic agriculture through youth empowerment in production and marketing.
Let Golden Parauma's hopes take root and bear fruit. They're counting on you.
Alam ko po na marami pa kaming dapat na matutunan at willing po kami matuto para po sa ikagaganda din ng aming negosyo.
Happiness is a bag of crispy banana chips lovingly made by the hands of a farmer. Sarbo is a group of farmers that used to plant and harvest what was only abundant in their town until they realized that they were actually sitting on a crunchy, sweet, and golden opportunity: bananas. Through the support of the government and the community, they learned to make honest-to-goodness banana chips that everyone can enjoy. A few years ago, they were happy to sell 100 bags of banana chips. But now, more people get to enjoy their yummy banana snacks through pasalubong centers, cooperatives, and even trade fairs.
Kami po ay mga normal na magsasaka lamang na paunti-unti po at willing po kami matuto dahil po sa inyo.
The people at Sarbo gained a lot of tools that helped them grow their livelihood, and this has always brought a smile to their faces. Just like how making banana chips for you continues to bring them pure joy.
And again, congratulations, Bambusa, GPAC, and Sarbo, mga kaibigan natin, mga community entrepreneurs who are inspiring us to do our part in improving our own communities. Simulan pa natin kay Miss Dorothy Peruelo ng Bambusa de Oro. Ma'am, bago magsimula, pakibati naman yung mga taga-Cagayan de Oro dito sa wika po ninyo para makita naman nila yung manonood dito live ngayon. Yan po, palit mo na po. Okay po.
Good morning! So in business, there's no evening. So
Tama.
Good morning! Hello from Cagayan de Oro po.
Oh, pakibati po sa dialect sa Cagayan de Oro.
Sino po? Maayong buntag. That's good morning in Bisaya.
Ayan, maraming maayong buntag sa inyong tanan.
Maayong
Okay.
buntag sa inyong tanan.
Okay. Ma'am, bago tayo magsilang, Ma'am Dorothy, pwede matanong muna po sa inyo, no? How was yung inyong journey in this acceleration program? Ano po yung talagang bumago po sa pagtakbo ng negosyo ninyo dahil kayo ay dumaan po sa programang ito?
The Shell LiveWIRE Acceleration Program has brought our team, Bambusa de Oro, to greater heights. As to AIM. AIM stands for AIM, which means advancement. No? The online education program has equipped us to better seek product market fit towards a more meaningful business engagement with our partners, especially our bamboo farmers, as our social responsibility. And also for inclusive growth. That's for our economic viability. And our environment sustainability for responsible production. That's for the A.
Oh.
And now for I, it's to innovate our business. Okay, we seek problem and provide better solutions, and while focusing on our growth and revenue. Innovate because through the Shell LiveWIRE Acceleration Program, we were taught to focus on 1 to 2 products because first we were thinking of many products that we want to sell. So they are teaching us to focus only on 2 to 3 or 1, even 1 that's good enough. And making things making things possible. Now, the education provided by the Shell LiveWire Acceleration Program has really brought or accelerated our business because it mobilized us to ASAP as soon as possible
Nako.
and making good business model, collaborate with our partners and engage with industry partners also. And of course, last but not the least, start our business plan with a more confidence and determination.
Galing talaga. So that was AIM, Aim High. Natutulog. So maraming salamat. M stands for, hindi na ba? Okay lang po. Thank you so much. Congratulations to our good friends from Bambusa de Oro. Thank you for the insights. I'm glad you enjoyed so much. Ito naman, kay Miss Sheila Lynn Nolan from, yung tawag sa kanila, Golden Parauma Agricultural Cooperative. Okay, kaya naman po, nung dumaan kayo sa programang ito, di ba, medyo umiba yung pananaw ninyo pagdating sa negosyo. Ano talaga yung umiba para sa inyo? What changed for you?
Siguro po sa amin ngayon, mas lalong lumaki yung market namin through Shell LiveWire. And mas lalong nakatulong din po sa mga miyembro namin kasi nakapagbigay po kami ng dagdag na kabuhayan din po. Kasi ang mga raw mats po namin ay kinukuha din namin sa mga farmer namin na hindi na po namin bibilhin sa iba. Kaya po, hindi lang po sa amin, pati sa miyembro po namin, mas lalo po namin silang natulungan ngayon.
Okay, so parang naging mas inclusive ngayon yung ginagawa ninyo. Sinabi mo na parang lumaki yung markado ninyo para sa produkto ninyo. Paano lumaki? Parang kayo natulungan ng Shell LiveWire para lumaki yung markado ninyo?
Through mentorship din po, workshop, mas nai-apply po namin lahat yung mga natutunan namin para mas lalo pong maalam kung ano po yung kailangan at mga kakulangan at maaari pa namin maibigay.
So mas nakinig kayo sa mga kliyente talaga para makagawa ng mga panibagong produkto.
Opo. At mas lalo po kami nag-innovate ng mga bagong produkto. Hindi lang po sa nasa turmeric, nasa rice lang kami. Nag-innovate po kami ng ibang product para mas lalo pa pong mapabuti yung kooperatiba namin at lalong-lalong po sa mga miyembro.
Ayan, maraming salamat from our organization, GPAC. Finally, ito naman yung Siyempre Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries Organization Incorporated o SARBO. Ito pa yung kanilang representante, si Miss Emiliana Volante. Marami pong nai-inspire po sa mga halimbawa ninyo. Lahat ng mga community enterprises po na nandito ngayon. Ano pa yung gusto mong sabihin sa mga nakikinig dito ngayon, yung mga, hindi lang yung nandito po, pati yung mga nanonood, hindi lang sa Metro Manila, sa lahat ng mga probinsya na nakikinig dito ngayon. What is your own message for the aspiring entrepreneurs na gustong sumali dito sa Shell LiveWire? Ano yung pinaka makukuha nila?
Good afternoon po. Siguro po ang masasabi ko lang po is wag lang susuko. Kasi kami kami ay isang ordinaryong magsasaka lamang na nakapasok dito sa Shell LiveWire and marami kaming natutunan dito. Kahit yung paggawa po ng Canva is hindi talaga kami marunong. Wala po talaga kaming alam dahil kami nga po ay talagang, kumbaga, simpleng magsasaka lamang talaga. Subalit, nang dahil po sa Shell LiveWire, ito po ay unti-unti din naming natutunan and ang paggawa po nung yung mga website, ganun po, ay natutunan po namin. Kaya napakalaking pasasalamat po namin sa Shell LiveWire. Dahil kung hindi po sa inyo, hindi po namin matututunan ang mga bagay-bagay na ito.
Ma'am,
yun lamang po.
Gusto ko sabihin sa inyo, hindi tama yung simpleng magsasaka. Yan yung pinaka-importanting trabaho po sa Pilipinas. Yung ating magsasaka at ating industriyang agrikultura. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Bago lahat, ano pa yung pinaka-magandang mensahe na pwede bigay sa ating mga kapang magsasaka na nakikinig dito ngayon? Na medyo hindi sila sigurado pang pumasok sa Shell LiveWire.
Wag na pong mag-alinlangan. Go, go, go.
Ayan, go, go, go. Matuto yung tinatawag sa'yo, grip, di ba? Huwag kang susuko pagdating ng mga challenges sa inyong mga negosyo.
Kaya nga po namin, kayo pa.
Yan, tama. Kung kaya nila, kayo pa. And to award our cash grant of 100,000 pesos sa ating mga community enterprises, please welcome here on stage Pilipinas Shell Foundation Program Director TJ Laurel, Shell Regional Social Performance Manager, Ms. Maria Divina De Leon, and Pilipinas Shell Petroleum Corporation Vice President of Corporate Relations, Mr. Serge Bernal. Again, please join us here on stage again, sirs. Okay, congratulations to our 3 community enterprises. And first of all, let's give our award of 100,000 pesos sa Bambusa de Oro. Congratulations, Bambusa de Oro. More bamboo products to come. Ayan po, congratulations. And next up, we have our friends from GPAC Golden Parauma Agricultural Cooperative. Congratulations, our 5th Grant Cash Grant awardee of 100,000 pesos. And finally, let's call on stage our Resiembre Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries Organization, yung ating SARBO. Ayan po. Di lang po simpleng magsasaka. Diba? Marangal na magsasaka. Congratulations to our Community Enterprise awardees. And let's do one picture with all the 3 awardees on stage. Again, congratulations for all the 6 community enterprises. Maraming salamat for participating in this year's Shell LiveWIRE Acceleration Program powered by Ignite. May you all continue to bring more inspiration to your respective communities and to your countries. Sa mga nanonood dito ngayon, those watching live right now, please tag us online, share the great news of these inspiring communities with the rest of the country. Now, aside from our top 3 tech startups and 6 inspiring community enterprises, Shell also chose their tech startup sponsors A-list, meaning A stands for Acceleration List. And this year, the Acceleration Program was also extended to the Benita and Catalino Yap Foundation. That's BCYF Innovation Awardee. Let's get to know more about them by watching this video.
So everything we do, every solution we introduce, it has to change something. There has to be a change.
What if there's a better way of doing things? That's the question the Carbonamics team tries to answer. At Carbonamics, they aspire to produce fuel-grade ethanol from carbon dioxide in the air. Wouldn't it be nice to live in a world where we can use carbon dioxide as an input material and finally practice circularity? Everybody wins in this scenario, from Carbonamics stakeholders down to their products and users. After all, inclusivity is their #1 priority. Carbonamics will keep innovating until one day they can empower everyone to live more sustainably by using carbon-neutral fuels.
We're trying to make sure that we are environmentally friendly and able to do sustainable business in a way that can help change the Philippines and hopefully in the world.
Here's to cheaper fuel and a more sustainable economy.
A breath of fresh air from our friends in Carbonamics, and we are joined today by their co-founders, Adrian Silianco and Ryan Lim. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Coming to the center of the stage, palakpakan please for these young gentlemen entrepreneurs. Let's start off. I mean, there were a lot of great learnings here throughout the program. But for you guys, what was the biggest insights that you personally gained in the program? Let's start off with you.
Honestly, it's really more on the how to approach the government because our technology is highly regulated here in the Philippines. And before joining, we didn't know how to position ourselves. And a lot of the sessions in Shell really aided us on how to at least talk to them, where to go, how to do it, and all of these things. Because the government, we had previous difficulties in scaling up our technology, even with the support of LaSalle, no, as seen in our video. So it's really more on the government side.
Fantastic. Yeah. Really great to hear that. And from yourself, no, what does Shell, I mean, the Shell ecosystem, where do you see the potential where you can bring Carbonamics together inside the Shell ecosystem?
Actually, I think Shell can be a great partner for us because we plan to, again, sell fuel, right, to Shell.
So right now we can maybe give Shell cheaper fuel at the same time, bring the cost of fuel down in the Philippines. So we think that's where we can come in. So somewhere in the middle.
Good. Mr. Ray is saying he's nodding his head right now as the Chief Financial Officer. I think you guys are in good hands. Before I let you guys off the stage, what are your, you've got a lot of entrepreneurs watching here right now. How would you like to tell them, why would you like to encourage them also to undergo the Shell LiveWire program? What did you guys pick up that you think was very important that other entrepreneurs can learn also? Especially you guys, because you went from the technical perspective joining here.
Okay, so I'll start with this. So I'm a chemical engineering student. I just graduated last year. And I started with this because it was a dream of mine maybe around 2 years back. And my advice is just keep dreaming and don't give up, right? Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, on my side, it's really more on, because I never really understood, I never really thought I'd be in an industry like this. I come from the finance and venture capital side, and I never really understood how climate tech and all of these chemical engineering technologies work and how to apply them. So I guess what I'm trying to say is anything's possible as long as you put your work to it and as long as you believe. And Shell LiveWire made us believe, so thanks.
Fantastic so much. You've got a bright future ahead of you. Round of applause, please, Adrian and Ryan from Carbonomics. Guys, thank you so much. And moving on, we also have friends who are from the BCYF or the Benito and Catalino Yap Foundation. And these are the innovation awardees, Blitzkrieg, who also joined the acceleration program this year. To know more about Blitzkrieg, let's watch this.
Blitzkrieg is a German word for rapid attack. And true enough, our test kit products are rapid, easy, and affordable.
As a scientist and inventor, Dr. Clarissa Yvonne Domingo let her passion fuel her purpose. She believes that the early detection of diseases in livestock, poultry, and other animals is just as important as developing early diagnosis in humans. So she started Blitzkrieg. Proudly Philippine-made, their test kits are specifically designed for Philippine isolates. They are highly sensitive, easy to use, and versatile to a wide range of samples, and are also capable of differentiating infected from vaccinated animals. With early detection of impending diseases, timely prevention becomes possible. That is how they empower their stakeholders and make an impact.
The Blitzkrieg test kits are indispensable tool for early detection towards a successful disease control so that income from sales and food security for the hog farmers and the country as a whole are assured.
Simple, effective, and affordable. This is how animal test kits should be.
Again, thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Clarissa. Now, Doc, you know, I find very interesting, especially when we have people with a scientific or technical background, because they aren't usually the type of people who are entrepreneurial by nature. So you chose to join the Shell LiveWire program, I guess, to gain more of that entrepreneurial mindset coming in. Share with us, what were the biggest key takeaways from you that made you more entrepreneurial as a result of joining the program?
Okay, the first time that I had this experience of joining and being an entrepreneur myself, I call myself a technopreneur, is that first I learned many things, especially on how to market, promote, make a business model canvas, value propositions, and all of these things, which are, of course, these terms are very, these are new to me, because what I know are, DNA, RNA, that's what I know. But now, I can commercialize my own techno products that are outputs of my research and development projects that were granted or supported by DOST and the Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, ma'am, and to all the scientists and future scientists, techpreneurs watching right now, I'm sure there are many like you, but they're a bit reluctant pa because they don't want to get out of their bubble, their comfort zone. What is your message for those techpreneurs, future techpreneurs watching us right now?
Okay, so you have to dream, believe,
and survive.
Yeah. Tama.
And
Yan yung
use
survivor.
The Shell LiveWire.
Shell LiveWire. Thank you so much, Dr.
get
Clarissa, making our livestock safe for the country. And with that, we would like to recognize the works of both Carbonomics and Blitzkrieg for this year's Shell LiveWire. In fact, Blitzkrieg already received 1 million pesos startup funding under the BCYF Shell LiveWire Innovation Award last February 2022. And aside from the capital funding received by Carbonomics, Shell is also looking to include them in their supply chain. So gentlemen, congratulations for that. Can I ask you to move in here a bit? As we welcome here on stage for a special recognition certificate, please come back here on stage. Filipino Shell Foundation Executive Director Sebastian Quiñones Jr., Shell Regional Social Performance Manager Ms. Maria Divina De Leon, and Pilipinas Shell Petroleum Corporation Vice President of Corporate Relations Mr. Serge Bernal. Now, as I call him over here, I'm sure, I hope you don't mind, Sir, I'm sure marami kayong, Sir Baste, I'm sure marami kayong, you were smiling ear to ear as I brought them here on stage. Any message that you want to share with them here right now? The mic is there.
Well, this is more not for you because you guys are there already, but your inspiration is something that others outside who are not yet there will aim for. So please look at those who have actually gone and sweated it out to do what they could to succeed. These are your examples. Follow them.
Thank you so much, Sir Baste. And let's give their certificates of appreciation. Again, thank you so much. Congratulations, Carbonomics and Blitzkrieg. Maraming salamat to all of you. Thank you again to to Ms. Daday, Sir Baste, Sir Serge, and of course to our A-list startups over here. Now, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? We thought we actually had to delay a bit more because the judges took a bit of time to discern and talk amongst themselves. And I'm sure they had an animated discussion to find out who would be the winner, because it's very difficult to see the best of the best, and it's hard. You know, this is not apples for oranges over here on stage. You know, so it's a very difficult decision to make in choosing the winner for this year's Shell LiveWire. But I want to hear some comments from you, not just about the judging process, but also some, I guess, insights that future startups who want to participate, what should they prepare for so when they come here, they've got something of value to bring to Shell LiveWire and to the startup community. Let's begin with our guests from the government, Ms. Director Emmy Lou Delfin. What are your feedback that you want to give to the startups who participated and future startups who also want to join us here on Shell LiveWire?
Hello. Okay. First of all, before answering your question, RJ, I would like to thank Pilipinas Shell and Pilipinas Shell Foundation for always inviting the Department of Information and Communications Technology. I think this is my third time to participate because every year you always invite us. Well, I would say because the DICT is one of the lead agencies in terms of really promoting, developing the Philippine startup ecosystem. And just like Pilipinas Shell, as shared earlier by Ms. Daday, is that the DICT, we're one with you in really promoting entrepreneurship, promoting developing local communities, and ultimately giving more employment opportunities for Filipinos. Well, actually, earlier, we really had a hard time, really finalizing and coming up with the first, second, and third. But for those entrepreneurs who would really like to join in this particular competition, I think the first thing to do is really to have a passion, believe in what you want to do. As mentioned kanina, you have to believe and then survive and, just go through it. So in DICT, we also have a lot of programs now. We have a very big program called Digital Startup Development and Acceleration Program. So we have different entry points from just getting to know how to become startups and up to, scaling up so together with the Department of Trade and Industry and DOST. So we're here. So for the winners and who are here listening right now, we'd also like to invite everyone to look into the programs at the Department of Information and Communications Technology.
Again, thank you so much, Director Emilio Delfin. Again, for all those listening here right now live and also virtually, you can approach our good friends from the DICT. Just visit their website to find out more about their acceleration programs for your own community enterprises and startup businesses. Having said that, I want to move to our good friends from Shell. Mr. Ray, I'm sure, you know, it's very interesting, this other perspective, from a corporate perspective, now looking at the startup perspective. What are your own feedback also for the startups who want to be part of Shell LiveWire?
Yeah, well, it was a very difficult task for us, judges, to choose the winner for today, but I would like to commend all the finalists for the very good presentation, particularly, you know, pitching the right business model, providing us the context of the market, the environment, and I personally like the effort or the pursuit to help in terms of sustainability, saving the environment, and also job creation. So in Pilipinas Shell, we are really looking forward to partnering with the finalists and, you know, in terms of powering progress and powering the livelihood of the country.
Thanks so much. And what I like from what you're saying is that all the finalists can actually support the Shell ecosystem. So wala talagang talo dito. There's really no losing innovator who have joined us here on stage. Let's go to our friends from the venture capital scene. Mr. Juancho, how inspired were you by these finalists? And I'm sure you've gone through so many startups before. What are your words of inspiration for the other startups who also want to participate?
Yeah, so I think we all know that the Philippines is undergoing a very creative phase right now where there are a lot of startup founders, more than we've ever had in any previous years. And I do think that it's because of programs like this. So big thanks to Shell, Shell LiveWire, Pilipinas Shell Foundation, and of course Ignite, you know, for sticking through it throughout the years and always supporting the local entrepreneurs in the businesses that they do. I think the difficulty that we had in the deliberation speaks to the quality of the companies that presented today. And it's very inspiring to see. And we at Open Space have always been dedicated to investing in the Philippines. And we continue to remain excited to back promising entrepreneurs, you know, today and in the future here in the Philippines.
Again, thanks for taking a good look at our entrepreneurs. Like I said, it's growing exponentially over the past couple of years. And to continue on with that perspective from the venture capitalists, we've got our good friend, Mr. Carlo Delantar. Carlo, what is your message to the entrepreneurs, startup entrepreneurs also listening right now?
Thanks, RJ. So I'm looking at the screen. We've been staring at the screen for a while in the background. I'm looking at a few of the successful entrepreneurs that went through the program. No, you look at Sachi. They already have their own manufacturing capabilities in the Philippines. Panublix has brought in technology from PTRI and really bringing it to the mainstream. No, so I think when we were going through the evaluation, we were thinking about how can they scale after this program? And as we all know, once you're done with this program, you go back to work now. You go back to the workplace. So when we looked at this, the first thing we said, this is hard. This is hard to judge, but in a good way to see that the quality of entrepreneurs coming out of the pandemic, it's getting better. And the fact that, you know, Shell LiveWire and the organizers, especially Pilipinas Shell Foundation, and especially Ignite, who's been there ever since before the pandemic pa, you can see that it's important to create a safe space for an ecosystem to grow. And for us, the GoBeCore Philippine Fund, we've met over 1,000 startups in the Philippines. We're seeing the quality getting better. Most of them, the increase of chance for them to get funding has gotten even better. And we're seeing more of that happening over time. We just need a clear runway after this whole inflation and, you know, supply chain issues. But the fact that you have a program that can immediately integrate these startups to their value chain, really, it's a win-win situation. So I'm just glad to be part of this, and congratulations, everyone.
Fully agree with you. Round of applause, please, for Mr. Carlo Delantar. Just as I mentioned, Panublix is actually a provincial startup. I think they're out of Iloilo, so that's why I'm so happy to see that all the different startups are not just coming out of what they call Imperial Manila, but from all over the country. And more importantly, as you can see, you know, like you said, it's in the middle of the pandemic that a lot of great startups actually emerged. So this pandemic actually became a silver lining to create better quality startups that have emerging to solve really big, hairy problems in the country. And with that, may I please invite here on stage our good friends from Pilipinas Shell Foundation, the Executive Director, Sebastian Quiñones Jr. Sir, thank you so much for the support. A round of applause, please, Sir Baste.
Thank you, RJ. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. You know, after 2 years of doing this virtually, it's really a big difference to have it now, everybody around the table. But at the same time, it's also hybrid, because we can now see, they can now see us also at this particular point so that we have a wider reach. It's very important that we have that reach so that we can give an opportunity for others to see what they have been doing, but at the same time, to give them the courage, like what Dada had mentioned kanina, the courage to be able to come forth. Now, in terms of those that have come today, I need to do my little bit of a script here. The thanks first, of course, the thanks to our judges, to Ray, Director Emmy, Carlo, and Juancho. Thank you so much for being with us in this event. And don't worry, we'll see you again next year. Yeah, because we really love to have the continuity around this. And thank you so much for being able to come and give your expert wisdom. To the mentorship partners who have been training our startups for the months that led up to this, I pray that they had given you the wise knowledge that was needed to be able to come forth and give the pitch. We had comments, by the way, when we were there, and then, wow, this is really difficult. They did it so well. The improvement of the pitch processes that we've seen over the years has been significant. So each year it becomes more and more difficult for us to be able to figure out, all right, who is going to win? But one has to win, but it was so difficult to do that. But at the same time, it also now shows the quality of those that are participating. So congratulations to that, and we really keep up the good work in terms of the part. The various groups that came forward today were very different with regards to the type of pitch that they put forward, the area that they were doing. So we needed to have a balance of where we could make a informed judgment on what we would think would be the one that can get an award. But at the same time, we also realized that, wait a second, we can actually use all of them. Yeah? And so it's also a matter of now saying, all right, why not? Yeah? So even though there's a winner, don't worry, you can knock on our doors and we will gladly open them to you. And for all of those, the startups that are in the community around us, you've heard already the many words from all of the other startups who came forth, and where they have shown to you that there is a way to be able to come forth with an idea that is based on a need. Remember, there has to be a need, that is there. So the need is something that you need to latch onto, and especially if it's a niche, because whenever there's something that's out of the ordinary, where there's a major need, that's something to aim for. We also know that creativity and know-how combined are needed. Yes, there's many things that can come out, but there has to be that know-how side on actually making it sustainable going forward, making it widely available to market, and all of those, making sure, obviously, that it also makes money so that the resource can come around. So creativity and know-how is something that is there, which we hope that we can also give to you, to the other startups, via the mentorship programs that we have. We also call upon you to assist the other startups that are there to give your wise expertise and wise judgment and experience to them too. Finally, in terms of the support that we have, as you can see, Shell has had this program for 40 years. Yeah? We are also in Pilipinas Shell Foundation. It's also our 40th anniversary this year. And we're very proud to be here for that 40 years. And in fact, when I talked to our chairman, Cesar Buenaventura, and asked him, sir, do we look back to celebrate what was past? And he goes, no. What has passed is past. What you need to do is look forward, move further. And so our theme for the 40th anniversary is moving further. And we would love to have you on that journey along with us. We know that, in fact, Pilipinas Shell is no longer Pilipinas Shell. It's now called Shell Philippines, Shell Pilipinas. Shell Pilipinas, based on the latest new corporate change that they're having. Again, it's moving further, not only into the fuel sector, but now into renewables and many, many others. So we are in partnership with our corporate sponsors. We aim to be able to serve our country even more. And in fact, we will go beyond that, noting that we can only do it together. And hence our battle cry as we go forward, sama-samang pagtulong, sabay-sabay na pagsulong. So thank you so much to all of us that are here to Ignite, our co-partner in all of this. RJ, maraming salamat again for your fantastic emceeing work. And to all our startup companies, there will be a winner, but you are all winners. Remember that. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming Sir Baste. And thank you so much to Filipino Shell Foundation for helping ignite the local tech startup system. And again, maraming salamat to our board of judges. Thank you for the challenging work that you had a couple of minutes ago. And before we proceed to award the Shell LiveWIRE Tech Startup winner, I'd like to call back here on stage a few words from Filipino Shell Petroleum Corporation Vice President of Corporate Relations. Please welcome Serge Bernal.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really a pleasure for me to be here. Finally, after 2 years, I'm speaking to people who do not have blurred backgrounds or green screens or pretending to be listening to you or what have you. Good to see that people are not multitasking except for our media partners because they do have to do that. But magandang hapon ulit sa inyong lahat. I'm really also very amazed with the quality and the creativity of all the people who are in this room and those probably who are online trying to figure out what they'll do in their own lives or in their own businesses. But before I do that, let me just acknowledge again all the participants in this year's edition of Shell LiveWIRE. So under the Technology Startups category, we have Piazza PH, Suds Sustainable Pods, Bambuhay, Carbonamics, and Blitzkrieg. And under the Community Enterprises category, we have Sarbo, Golden Parauma, tama ba? Sorry. Which means magsasaka in Bicol, tama. All right. And then our Pililia Water Lily Weaving Project, Moto Incan, Bambusa de Oro, and Republic Giant. Please give yourselves a warm, big round of applause. Now, I'll pick up from where Daday left off. She said that you need 3 C's to be able to become a very successful entrepreneur, and those were creativity, courage, and commitment. I'd like to add one more, and that would be character. And this is where your personality comes into play. Yeah? I'm sure all of your businesses will not work if you didn't put anything of you in that business. Your business normally reflects yourself. What you want, what you'd like to do, and what we've seen in the last hour or so is that there's a genuine show of care. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th C. A genuine show of care. Or people really like to help. That's how everyone started. And in Shell, we're very fond of, we have a saying that goes, people make the difference real. So really it's all about people. It also is the reason why in any company that you look at, you always try to figure out who owns this company, right? Because you really want to understand what that person brings to the business. Also like that, I also tried my hand in being an entrepreneur. So I had all of those 5 C's, except that I added 2 more, which was concentrating on cash. So obviously, the end game was the other C. It crashed. So I'm not an entrepreneur, but I really applaud people who have this, the courage and the commitment to do all of that. So, Daddy also mentioned that LiveWIRE has been here for 40 years, has helped about 3,600 people. Shell LiveWIRE in the Philippines has been here for 3 years. In those 3 years, we've more than 30 tech startups and community enterprises have benefited. And this has created more than 400 local jobs for Filipinos. 7 businesses have also been given the opportunity to be integrated in the Shell value chain. So, but that would not have been possible, of course, without the creativity of everyone. Maybe before I finally close, I'd just like to really thank everybody in the room and like to thank all our partners. Shell LiveWIRE would not have been possible without all of our partners. Filipino Shell Foundation Incorporated, of course. Ignite Philippines for their dedication and untiring work. Thank you to all our media partners and even our Shell LiveWIRE alumni. Of course, we'd like to thank our Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Science and Technology, and Department of Information and Communications Technology, headed by Director Emilu. So there. Maybe just in closing, I'd just like to reiterate that Shell LiveWIRE is an integral part of our commitment to Shell, of Shell's commitment to nation building. Through this program, I think you've heard it time and again from various speakers up here, that through this program, we support and promote entrepreneurship and innovations that respond to the needs of local communities and help generate employment for more Filipinos. So let us all wish our winners more success and all Shell LiveWIRE participants. And we look forward to getting more innovations off the ground so we can keep moving the Philippines forward. Good afternoon.
Again, thank you so much, Serge. It's nice seeing you live instead of just seeing you virtually again. And you know, one of the things I want to point out from his speech earlier on is the idea that, you know, very important over here is character. And I think when you're putting up any startup business or community enterprise, character becomes key, especially during this pandemic. And one more thing, it's very nice to see in this room many of the Shell LiveWIRE awardee alumni. So can they please stand up, the Shell LiveWIRE alumni awardees? We got Henry Season over here. Let's give him a round of applause. Director Dr. Palagas, thank you so much for being here. You know, it's truly wonderful that we are building an ecosystem of Shell LiveWIRE awardees. I'm sure you can speak to them anytime to help you when you want to grow your business. That's the best thing about this Shell LiveWIRE community. Aside from just the talks, it's also the people that you get to work with, a group of like-minded entrepreneurs who want to help the country. And before we finally announce the winners, I think it's due time to recognize once more the top 3 tech startups. And to present the plaque of excellence, may I please call back on stage Filipino Shell Executive Director Sebastian Quiñones. Sir, please join us here again. Ms. Filipino Shell Petroleum Corporation Vice President of Corporate Relations, Serge Bernal, again, join us here on stage. And finally, our Shell Regional Social Performance Manager, Maria Divina de Leon, joining us here on stage as we welcome our top 3 tech startups. Let's start off with the first plaque. Can we give our first plaque to our good friends Bambuhay? Join us here on stage. Again, congratulations, Bambuhay. Can I welcome on stage now our friends from Pieza PH, Janessa. Okay, congratulations, Pieza PH. And finally, our friends from Suds Sustainable Pods. Again, three of them truly inspirational. Nako, nakita yung tsura ni Director Emmy Delphine. Sabi niya, ang hirap talaga kanina, no? Ang hirap na sa mga pipiliin dito ngayong hapon na ito kung sino pong yung mananalo. Can we call all our top 3 tech awards? Oy, palakpakan naman. Ito yung kailangan ng picture, guys. Ito yung kailangan, kung may picture kayo, ito yung picture ninyo. This is what you post online. Already winners in their own rights. Again, please don't forget to tag us online at Shell LiveWire 2022. Baka dalhin kayo sa Netherlands ni Miss Daday. dalhin lahat. Implantable toothbrush, pwede, sugs, pwede pa rin yan. Pieza sa Netherlands. Again, maraming salamat to all our winners. Can you please take your seats? And I'd like to keep the 3 over here. Okay, now, tara. Are you ready? To the most exciting part of the program, the awarding of this year's Shell LiveWire winning tech startup. Are you ready to find out who will be this year's Shell LiveWire champion? Again, congratulations and best wishes to all our 3 finalist judges. Thank you so much for the effort. I'm sure you did a fantastic job. To all the finalists, I'm sure you did just a fantastic job in joining us here on the stage as well. We've all been waiting for this moment, the 2022 Shell LiveWire competition winner. The judges have chosen, and they have chosen wisely. Truly, the pitches today were impactful, innovative, and relevant. So who will be the winner of our 500,000 pesos? Joining me here on stage, our auditor from Punong Bayan and Aralio. I will ask her to stand beside me just to make sure I get this correct. Yan. Just in case. I don't want to repeat of the Miss Universe incident over here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the winner who will receive 500,000 pesos. Congratulations goes to Bambuhay! Mark Sultan Hersava! Congratulations! Can we ask the Bambuhay team to join us here on stage? Congratulations! Ayan, lahat po tayo uuwi na may plantable toothbrush ngayong hapon na ito. Thank you so much, Bambuhay! And presenting the check here right now, we have Pilipinas Shell Foundation Executive Director Sebastian Quiñones, Shell Regional Social Performance Manager Maria Divina De Leon, and Shell Pilipinas Corporation Vice President of Corporate Relations Serge Bernal. Can I also call on our other judges to join us here on stage? Mr. Ray Abilo, Director Emilio Delfin of DICT, Carlo Delantar of Core Capital, and Mr. Juancho Jimenez of Open Space Ventures. And again, let's congratulate our 2 other finalists. One round of applause, please, for Piazza PH. And of course, for Such Sustainable Pods. For me, all great winners. Like I said, it took a long time for the judges to decide who would be the winner here today. Again, thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up to Shell LiveWire. And of course, thumbs up to our winner here today, Bambuhay. Bago lahat, Bambuhay! Let's hear a few words. Let's inspire some of the people here watching right now. Let's greet them muna sa dialect natin.
Okay, maraming salamat. Madamo gid nga salamat. maraming salamat, everyone. Shell LiveWire, thank you very much that you believe in us because Bambuhay has been founded, okay, with a person who came from, na kung saan ay lumaki for 20 years of my life dun sa bundok. And for this program that you're able to recognize those people who live in the provinces and those people who really believe in sustainability of what we are doing as a farmer/unburned farmer. Maraming salamat po because the win that we have here right now is the win for the community that we are serving for almost 3 years already. And this will be a big help as we achieve our goal is to uplift 500,000 indigenous people by 2030. The innovation that we have is not just for us, but it is for the country and those marginalized people, the indigenous people that left behind in this community. And by 2030, that I think we can say that no one is left behind. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Mark, hopefully by 2030, lahat tayo ay magtatanim ng sipilyo sa buong Pilipinas at sa buong mundo. And before we end today's program, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our Ignite 2022 Fusion partners. Maraming salamat Pilipinas Shell Petroleum Corporation, Pilipinas Shell Foundation, Shell LiveWIRE, the Japan External Trade Organization, Visual Processing Japan, 917 Ventures, Security Bank, MyNavi, FDev, and our prize sponsors, AWS, Cubo, Zendit, Microsoft, Wyatt Archer, and our event collaborators, Philippines Startup Week, Quest Ventures, Open Finance Challenge 2022, and our A-Stream 2022 media partners, Inquire.net, Inkpop, WhenManila.com, Adobo Magazine, and Primer, along with our community partners and participants for joining today's program. Please don't forget to network at Brelo and visit us at our Match virtual booths. It will remain open so you can continue to visit the booths and do your business matching and networking. And please tag us again on your social media posts again. That's Shell LiveWIRE 2022 and Ignite 2022 Fusion. Again, that's all for today, but we will see you all tomorrow. Again, my name is RJ Ledesma. Have a great afternoon. Congratulations to the winners of the Shell LiveWIRE 2022.
It's time to bring out the strength in local economies, to empower entrepreneurs, to care for the environment.